Welcome to Elle's Nails, where it doesn't take $1,000,000 for your nails to look like $1,000,000. My cat's birthday is coming up. He's gonna be 10. He's my old man now. And so in honor of his birthday, being the crazy cat lady that I am, I decided to paint my nails to match his fur because he's a gray striped tabby. For the most part, he's got some white on him and a cute pink nose, but mostly gray. Okay, so this also gives me an opportunity to do an in-depth video on stamping, which I've been trying to do. So for stamping, you need the basics, your stamper, your stamp template, and a stamper. This is my new stamper from Twinkle Tea. It's nice and squishy, which I like, and it's see-through, so it's easy to use. You got to use a light touch with this though, unlike the harder ones that you tend to get with stamping kits. And I also have a Sinful Black, which I use for the stamping. You can also use Sinful White. Those two are pretty good for stamping. You can also buy specific stamp polish, but this is only $1.99, so it's a good, inexpensive alternative. And then because cat's fur doesn't tend to be shiny, I have a Wet n Wild matte top coat that I'm going to put on underneath. So I've started off with my nails painted with this Milan gray that I got. And then I have a quick dry top coat on top of that. It's very important that you have a quick dry top coat on top, or else you might mess up your polish underneath when you're doing your stamping. And it also helps when you're practicing to have that quick dry top coat on so that you can take off just the stamp if you use a non-acetone nail polish remover. I always recommend you have this handy when you're doing any stamping because you could just take off the layer on top real quick before it's dry if you use that without messing up your entire nail. So that is all you need for this. So we will get started. I'll put the stamp here. So when you're stamping, as long as you have a fairly small surface, you don't really need to put it everywhere. Just get a good fair amount of nail polish onto the edge and just scrape it off. There we go. And now a nice quick, sorry the mail came, a nice quick sweep gently. And there is your stamp right there. Beautiful. Move this out of the way and hopefully I can get this before it dries. Okay, so you'll just, with a stamper like this, you can just position it where you want and press it down. And I'm going to take you to the side a little bit here so I can actually see what I'm doing. And there we go, a nice, pretty cat stripe. So if you were doing another nail, you'd clean off your template and your stamper. Oh, and always do this also when you're first starting off because there might be some debris on your stamper. And then before your stamp dries, oh, I forgot to mention this. Before your stamp dries, you can take a piece of tape and put it on the sides of your nails, but not on your nail. And this will clean up around the edges, which is nice. You could also use liquid latex, but I find that both of those don't do it justice And a cleanup brush works great for this particular thing because it's not going to take forever to use the cleanup brush. It's just a quick sweep down the edge because it'll come off quite easily. So just finish with your cleanup brush. And when you're stamping, when you're stamping, it's really easy to have your pattern smear when you add your top coat. So the important thing, the key to doing that, applying a top coat once you're stamped, is you want to put it on pretty thick. You want to basically glide over your nail without the brush actually touching your nail. And that way, see how thick that is? It's ripping off. And that way, it will not smear. There we go. And as you can see, my Tilky boy has come along for the ride. There we go. So that only takes a second to dry, and then you have a beautiful matte, furry finish. So that's it for this time, and we'll see y'all next time.